Hey, jump scare, we're live. How we doing? Hey, welcome to Hexes and Vexes, which feels really cool to say. And to Echoes of Divinity. It's our first stream doing the thing here. Which is like the whole reason for the inception of this channel is to give hexes? No, to give echoes its whole own home situation. So hey, can one of the players please talk? Because I'm scared your audio doesn't work.
Oh no! Look, hey.
Oh
Look,
no,
let's
you're
make
good. You're
it
good.
down.
You're good. Okay,
We were all
I can
just
see the
being
bar
silent.
doing this, so we're good. Yeah. Hey, welcome. Also, it's our first affiliate stream. I would like to just start by really awkwardly saying thank you. I've done exactly 7 streams on this channel, which is like what you have to do to get affiliate, but you have to hit all these other things, and everyone helped me hit it really quickly, and I'm very thankful. I don't really have much words because my brain is fried. Also, I'd like to thank Ham for the 10 subs and Promethean for the 5 subs. Twitch, thanks. Also, I guess.
Yeah, thanks buddy for those bonus subs.
And to anyone who is just here in the chat, I appreciate all of you. This would not be possible without you. Also, specifically to all of you in this game this evening, this entire channel would not be possible without any of you, because this campaign wouldn't exist, and I would be but a shell of a human being. So hey, thank you, all of you.
No, you.
No, you.
Get out of here. You hang
Hey.
on first.
Hey, I am the least important person in this little box this evening, and so for that reason, we're gonna go around and introduce everyone. Because my brain isn't working, we're gonna do it just in overlay order. Promethean, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Promethean. There's a 0 in it. You can find me right here, right now. You'll also find me spread all over the interwebs. Games with dice in them on such titles as the Law Rites. This very weekend, in fact. Meeples and Dragons, also this very weekend, in fact. And also PAX on stage, which will be hella fun. And here. Yes, the end. Oh, also,
Excellent.
on Winter's Tales, when Castle comes back, rewatches start like in a couple of days, and part
Yeah.
2's coming in November. So get on it.
Also, because this is the first time doing this on this channel, and there are people that follow us here that didn't follow us on Facebook. Who's your character? Who are you playing this evening?
Oh, hey, hi. My character will be Verlender.
It's
Who
spelled correctly.
it is absolutely not. But that's fine. Who is a drow rogue of the assassin variety specifically. Essentially, I am attempting very poorly, mind you, to like out edgy character Emily's edgy character in my campaign. I haven't yet cut anyone's fingers off as a means of extracting information from them, so I feel like I'm a few steps behind in that particular endeavor.
Cool. Hey, thanks. To our newest companion, Salt. Who are you? Where can we find you? And then tell us a bit about your character.
Hello, I am Soul Queen Plays. You can find me here, having an amazing time with this amazing people and our illustrious DM, who is the most beautiful person in the world. Get wrecked. It's my turn to talk. You can't fight.
Help.
You can also find me over on the Law Rites, getting up to some very gay, allegedly pirate shenanigans. We are currently on break over there until after PAX, but we are very excited to come back for that. Tonight I am playing Delphine, who is a Eldrin paladin druid. Which is actually quite an interesting combination because druids don't use metal armor or weapons, but paladins definitely do. So I'm breaking the
You are
rules.
breaking all the rules. My favorite part is that you don't speak Elvish.
Or Sylvan.
Yeah,
Like,
or Sylvan.
Yeah.
Look, elves are not in the Feywilds. Elves supposedly came from the Feywilds. They're descendants of Eladrin. We're not actually elves. They made their own language. I speak Sylvan.
Do you
So
though?
it
I
makes
don't think
sense.
Sylvan was one of the languages you rattled off last time.
Yeah,
Is it? Okay,
Oh,
great.
no,
Yeah.
I think you do. I think you do.
I do. I speak. Oh no, not Sylvan, Druidic, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right.
Thank you.
Druidic.
Same thing.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Hey,
My other character speaks Sylvan.
If you want a quick glimpse at what A Tale of Two Queens kind of aesthetically looks like, I believe it's also in the little rolling video that's going on down the bottom because it's really fucking cool.
It's so cool to watch. I cannot tell you how cool it is.
Yeah, it's really cool. Hey, D20, who are you? Where can we find you? Who are you playing this evening?
Hello, I'm me, and to further annoy our glorious and glamorous DM, I am tonight playing Marcus, the group bard that, unlike the rest of the party, doesn't seem to want to jump on anything with a pulse, or in some cases, not pointing at the drow, anything without a pulse as well, as long as it's hot.
Wow.
Wow.
My go, I get to make these things because I'm the one taking all the notes.
Shady. I like it. Hey, Ben.
Yeah, that's me. I'm a part of Fate's Grip and also playing here, obviously. We stream at 6:45 most Tuesdays. For Fate's Grip, that is. My character that I'm playing at the moment is Sol. He is an artificer who is got a little bit of a complication when it comes to magic. And wants to assess almost anything he can. Maybe a bit too much of an overthinker.
I guess we'll find out more.
Yeah.
Hey, last and absolutely fucking not least, Talera, who are you? Where can we find you? Tell us about your character.
I'm Talera79. You can find me here, or I will be wandering around and not on any panels at PAX, but I will be supporting heaps of people. And I'm currently considering getting a poll with streamers on it so people can find me in the crowd. And in an unspecified future time, will be the keeper of some eldritch lore over on the lore rites. I'm playing Scarlet, who, depending on who you ask, is either a bouncy little fun character or apparently just a hot mess psychopath.
Why not both?
Oh no. Okay, yes. Sick. I'm excited. I'm scared. Hey, it's been a month. Who am I gonna pick on this evening? Promethean. What happened last session?
That is so unkind. Last session, in Echoes.
And then I'll correct you in my recap.
Excellent. Last session in Echoes of Divinity, Sol locked Jonan in their room. To make sure that he was okay, I guess. That happened. We also met properly Delphine, who I think at the beginning of that session approached Verlender very gently, just absolutely grabbing his entire face and checking that he was okay after having consumed some of the Thornberry that we've been tracking down on behalf of the sister of a queen elsewhere in the world, whose name, let's face it, I'm never going to remember. What else occurred over the course of that session? Scarlet went out dancing. That happened. Verlender heard some voices in his head, quite a few actually, and not only was hearing voices in his head saying like tick tock, tick tock, as though there's some kind of countdown before everything goes to hell. Just prior to that, he'd seen a image of his mother, which, if you were paying close attention, as were most of the people in the room, he immediately threw a dagger at the throat of. Sadly, it wasn't actually her, so it just went through, stuck into a door. There's got to have been some other interesting shit that happened. Grommy came back into the picture briefly to have a little chat with us about having found nothing.
Where is he now?
He has his blanket back. No one knows. He's a kobold. He could be anywhere. He's probably curled up under someone's feet. Who knows? Oh, and at the end of the session, fucking Tybella came back.
That's right.
There was like this strange fey woman that wandered in, grabbed you by your face, Verlender, that you seem to have forgotten about.
No, I
Oh,
mentioned
no, you did mention me.
And with a bat, Honey.
Oh, yeah, the tiny bat named Honey. Yeah, correct.
My tiny
So
little
did
bat.
you just go, oh yeah, as if you remembered that you had a bat? Is that what just happened?
I didn't
No.
mention the bat, but the bat was there as well.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna run through that really quickly again, but with my definitely
More accurate
the
take.
exact same notes pretty much. Hey. No. Last we left off, after your adventures at the Sacred Wood Wines, where you finally acquired multiple samples of the Thornberry in both a bottle of wine and the physical berry itself, one of which got absolutely yeeted at Delphine, you made your way back to the Blue Canary. Scarlet and Jonan were somber at the loss of Astryn, but agreeing to eventually avenge her death. Verlender tasted the Thornberry wine, fell into a vision, where he was bound in a cold, dark room, the image of both his and Marcus's old friend, Briley and Nasilia, as one form appearing. Snapping out of this vision, you were approached by someone new, Delphine, from the Feywild, who mentioned seeing you all at the winery. After some discussions about what your next steps looked like, revenge, who the hell is Delphine, you listened as she specifically explained her origins, which went on for some time, but that she had been guided to you all by a spirit that none of you are familiar with and that has no name, according to her. After a long night of discovery, you finally got an opportunity to rest, but not before Scarlet decided to go and blow off some steam. Sol locked Jonan inside his room, and Verlender pickpocketed drunken patrons, but then tried to check in on Scarlet, who absolutely slept through this attempt. You all awoke the next morning and met for breakfast in the Blue Canary. For those of you who had partaken previously in the Thornberry wine, you finally feel fully rested. Any sense of aloofness has gone. As you began your discussion for the day and what that looked like, Jonan arrived through the front door, mentioning that he wanted someone else he trusted by his side in the absence of his late sister, and standing before you is Tybella, whom, upon walking through the door, was questioned on her intentions by Verlender. I believe the last thing that was said was, yeah, what were your intentions? To which she looks at you all. For what dealings you have had with Tybella, she usually remains quite neutral of face. Even in the moment, Scarlet, where you both had your, for lack of a better word, confrontation, she always kind of presents this image of being unbothered. At the state your intentions question, there is a slight amusement on her face that is new to all of you, but is obvious enough that no insight check required. She looks at you, Verlender, specifically, and says, I think you know what my intentions were. But if you'd like me to spell them out for you in front of your friends, I would be more than happy to. We could play 50 Shades of Verlender if you like. And when she says Verlender, she does air quotes.
Amazing. I don't suppose you've been conjuring up images of a certain high priestess of Lolth over the last several hours, have you?
That is not my shtick, but
Incredible. Then
troubling.
we all need to leave this place, this area, this country immediately. If I'm seeing her, I don't know why that is. If I'm hearing a little tick tock counting down in my head, maybe those two things are connected. And if that bitch is coming here, we are all going to die.
She
This
is not
entire
coming here.
place will
She
be
is-
ashes. It's time to leave.
Okay, a couple of things very quickly. She is not coming here. She is not in this country. So that I can tell you for certain. Second of all, I hate to burst your bubble, but I don't think you're that important that she would be coming after you herself.
Oh. Marcus interposes himself in the eye line of Verlender at this point in time and says, "My dear lady, lovely to have you here, and it's as marvelous that you've made there." And I'm just keep trying to move in front of Verlender just to make sure he can't, make the situation, worse than it currently is. Verlender was right. Or Verlender as is an elvish thing. I don't know if that's a title to use for him, but we need to leave quite quickly, as we discovered, and I'll show an image of the emerald cloak person in there. Seems to like saying tick tock quite a bit. And then I'll make Briley reappear in an emerald cloak as well. It's like, and then looking intently to insight her face to see if there's any emotional recognition of the two individuals.
Hard same as this emerald cloaked figure is presented to her.
Okay, you can make insight checks.
Go.
12.
This goes for anyone, by the way. If anyone would like to make an insight check, they may.
Delphine's
no.
not. She has no idea who the fuck this is. She's not interested.
She
In fact, I
don't give
found a
no
tiny
fucks.
little rabbit who is going to act as my honey.
Okay,
So
excellent.
she's gonna. Yep, there you
I
go.
love that. Excellent. That's perfect. That actually works so well. Okay, let's go around real quick. Verlender, what did you get?
A 12.
Okay, Delphine is not. So Marcus?
21 DM.
Okay. 21. Scarlet?
15.
Yeah, okay. Sol, were you making an insight check or no?
No, I'm busy eating.
Yeah, feeding
Sol is
myself,
actually
feeding
still
myself.
seated at the table with Delphine. They're both like eating,
Yes,
but
like-
like
Just looking at the bat on her shoulder. Okay.
Yeah, we've got better things to do.
yeah. Breakfast, the most important meal of the day. So, look, Verlender and Scarlet, again, the slight amusement is still present on Tybella's face, but you notice no flicker or change in emotion as she looks at these figures. Marcus, it's not like her demeanor changes, but there is a tinge of recognition that you see just momentarily flash across her eyes. However, like someone who is scanning an appearance, it only happens when she's looking at the cloak specifically.
Okay.
So no recognition for facial features, literally just the clothing.
And if it's possible, did Jonan have any reactions to the two figures?
Good question. He
Okay.
Again, he is kind of used to all of you doing weird shit at this point in time. If anything, he actually just looks like he's over it.
Okay.
He's also seen these figures presented before and hasn't reacted.
It was in the presence of Tybella to see if anything changed, because he was
Right.
hopefully less impacted by the wine.
Yeah, no,
wine.
he doesn't, that like paleness has gone. He's got a bit more color in his face now, from the evening before. He doesn't look like he is being affected by any negative afflictions from the Thornberry wine.
And one last thing, Tybella. I don't know if you recognize either of these two things. And again, symbol 1, symbol 2.
Okay, interesting. She looks at the symbols, and for a moment, you, like, visibly, all of you, again, this is like one of the first times that her face has changed. It's like a curiosity as she looks at these two symbols. And she says, "Where did you see these?"
It'd be delightful to have a little bit of a chat over this, perhaps as we're leaving the building rapidly.
No, I think I'd like my answer now.
Have I introduced you to our new friend and her bat?
I hope for your sake they like you more than me.
Delphine has no idea. She almost got killed when she met them, remember?
Fair.
She's just here now. She just inserted herself. No chance. No choice. You guys have to do it.
Tybella, Delphine, Tybella. Tybella is a friend of some close colleague of our point to Scarlet, of Scarlet, and known traveling companion. Tybella is into magic, aren't you, Tybella?
I dabble.
And secrets.
Trying to, again, failing
not as
to
much
block
as you, Verlender.
Verlender. It's fun to stop whatever conflict's going on. So curiously, I saw these symbols when I was wandering through Molahir some time ago, but they've recently come into more, how can I say, recollection after drinking the Thornberry. But it also appears that these symbols were written down. So have you seen them on your travels by any chance?
I haven't seen these specific symbols, but I can tell you that within them is a dead language. And what I mean by that is not undead. It is a language that is no longer being used by anyone.
Would it have a name?
Not that I am aware of. I know little of it. I have seen minor things in passing, but not these specific ones.
Thank you again for your aid. And I'm not going to be able to stop Verlender from doing whatever Verlender's doing. He's far too fast for Marcus just to finish blocking it, and then kind of gives up whatever Verlender's doing. And he's probably not behind him anymore.
No, at this point, he's going to disengage and take a seat and join Delphine and Sol in partaking in the most important meal of the day.
Pretty good breakfast, man.
Ben, you're muted. Tybella will actually also make her way towards the bar and will order herself a beverage before she comes and joins you all. Jonan does not wait for her. He comes and joins you all at the table. And he says, "So, have any of you actually landed on a plan yet?"
Well, my plan was to send off the missives that you wanted me to send this morning, notifying people of what's happened. And then it would depend on whether you wanted to use me to go hunting for names or not.
Delphine's gonna just look up with her mouth full of food because she has no manners. She's gonna be like, "Office still stands for funeral rites, and I forgot their names. I'm gonna look at their names. The people at the winery said that we can
Arastine
borrow a
and
boat.
Berkeley, yep.
We can borrow a boat if we want to go somewhere with a boat. Does anyone want a boat?" She's really interested in boats.
Which is certainly
She's
an
been
interesting
stuck in this
offer.
one area since she landed here. She wants to go on a boat.
Oh my god, it's the Tale of Two Queens crossover that we never knew was coming.
Incredible. Which is certainly an interesting offer and would definitely speed our return to your friend Scarlet, who has had us undertake this little trounce across the lands.
I don't think the TikTok is to do with returning stuff, though. I think the TikTok is to do with something else.
Well, until it's in your head, I guess it doesn't really matter what you think it is or isn't, does it?
No, but it matters for Marcus as well. It wasn't just you that heard it.
Look, again, all I'm saying, we were given a task. We have
Correct.
very nearly completed that task.
Correct.
So let's do so. Look,
What does 24 hours make?
I don't do this often, but I will make you a deal. If, after having returned the Thornberry wine, as we've been contracted to do, you wish to return here and undertake your investigations, I will offer my services personally. If you want a name, if you find a name significant enough to you, give that name to me, and within 48 hours, there will be no more. But let's tie up this little loose end first.
It's not just to do with going for names, though. My friend died, and her brother deserves some fucking respect about now to
I'm
do
right
with
here.
his wishes.
He says.
He's there too.
Yeah, but I'm here to do what he wants me to do for 24 hours. Not just fuck off to get some money.
Jonan, young man, where's your head at?
Well, luckily, currently attached to my shoulders. Tybella also joins the table at this point. She seems also so unbothered that she's just there after everything that's happened. I have thought about this overnight. And I don't think there is a right thing to do. First of all, I just want everyone to stop fucking arguing with each other. That would be great. Because this constant headache is just there brewing consistently.
I've got a tablet for that if you need it.
Like a stone tablet.
Like a little.
Delphine thinks you've got a book that helps with headaches.
Oh god.
No, not quite, but something medicinal.
She just like whack people with this stone tablet. Headache gone.
I might take you up on that at some point, Sol. Thank you. But I've also thought about what I think Astryn would want. And I don't think she would want a big fuss made about her. I think we can send letters to the troop, or I will go and meet up with them after this. But I don't think she would want, like, a funeral or anything like that. I think if you will do the rites, I would accept that graciously, Delphine, but it doesn't need to be a big deal. Then, I think revenge is something that I would like at some point in time. I don't want to rush that though, because Scarlet, you and I are very well aware that when we do things fueled by recent emotions, it doesn't always end out best. The long game can sometimes be more important, and I think I'd rather do that.
Okay. But you know how to reach me when you're ready.
Oh, if you guys are going to Agora, I'm coming with you.
Okay.
But I will leave you there.
So do we feel like we have enough information to take it back to the princess?
We don't need information. We were asked to get wine, and we have that.
No, we were asked to get the berries. We got the berries. She didn't care about the wine.
Mm.
We have both, so that's sufficient.
Yeah. Some
And
of us actually remember the thing we were given.
something
I
for the
wasn't
two
there.
of you to consider, perhaps, if you do indeed wish to return and pursue whatever route it is you wish to pursue. Our friend in Agora may be able to lend some additional resources to make that easier for you.
But that's also why I wanted to take some names back for her so she could start gathering intel and information for when we were ready.
Maybe we start with Arastine and Berkeley.
Okay.
Because even if they're not the sole causes of this, and they are some sort of an instrument, she might have heard of them at least before. Know where to start. We don't.
And if we're going to borrow their boat, there's at least one opportunity to have one last conversation with them both.
Delphine's just gonna take the second and be like, I don't know exactly what we are here to do, but I do just want to remind everyone that Arastine didn't actually come up with the wine by herself. It came to her in a dream, and if there's anything I know about dreams, they can be controlled very easily. So perhaps someone needs to look into the dream.
We already know that there's control stuff because that's what happened to the bartender. He was controlled.
I'm not talking about mind control, I'm talking about controlling dreams.
But isn't it like the same sort of stuff? Like, I mean, technically,
I would argue it's quite different, actually.
Well,
The spirits often speak to people in dreams, so it could be something to do with the spirit that's also speaking to me in dreams.
When you say the spirits, you do hear Tybella go just a little bit.
Wow.
Spirit nerd.
Everyone hates me.
I don't hate you. I just don't understand
Oh no,
some
she didn't actually say that. Sorry.
It's just a sad reflection on Salt's part.
You're all just bullying me for my beliefs.
Tybella,
Last episode, Scarlet stood up for you and
Yeah.
told Sol not to take the piss. So
Yeah.
Tybella is going to pipe in at this point. And she's going to look at you all and say, so anything else that you learnt in these dreams that one would find interesting? Or visions, I should say. I don't know. How does this wine work?
we don't know. Like, everyone seemed to see like the green cloak things except me. So fucked if I know.
Consider yourself lucky, darling.
Marcus
Well,
is going to give
yeah.
a really hard look to Verlender and see if there's any change in his face when she starts piping up with these lines, because there's obviously tension between them, and he hasn't quite worked out what it is yet that's doing it. But
and he's not even trying to hide it, but the look that immediately passes his face is one of kind of angst and concern, I guess. And he takes his little breakfast knife and he'll stab it in at the table. I was gifted.
That's it. I'm gonna look at him and roll in my eyes.
You just see Wex from behind the bar go, ugh.
Security deposits.
Yeah.
I was gifted with a vision of Narcelia, which was a rather
Gifted.
unpleasant experience, if I must say so.
Well,
Which
considering
reminds me, though, Marcus.
she's dead.
Thank you for that. Marcus, the shift in that vision to your friend Briley. I did ask last night what Briley's deal was, and I believe you very deftly got out of answering that question.
in fairness, Verlender, a very large armored Eldrin did walk through the door, and that's not some sort of kind of weird bar joke, with a bat. And she did grab you by the face, so there was a moment of consternation, to be honest, old chap. Seeing the look Verlender keeps doing now that Tybella's back, there's kind of a Marcus is looking around the room for potentially what could be a distraction. DM, is there anything that's happening that we can? Wax is behind the bar. People are moving in. That we could amplify noise just to kind of almost take her away for a moment. So I'm looking to distract her line of vision to somewhere else than the table, especially where Verlender and Scarlet is.
I mean, the Blue Canary is a busy enough establishment, particularly in the mornings and the evenings. So it's not hard to see that there are multiple groups of people talking amongst themselves around you. Wex is behind the bar. He is, making coffees, making cups of tea. So there are like just ambient noise in general that you could attempt to amplify if need be. No commotions though, like no one's fighting each other or
No. So I'm just looking to kind of break what Tybella's look at here, so I can have a moment to either make eye contact with those two to work out, or what do we tell Tybella at this stage? Because Verlender's obviously being quite cagey. Scarlet's had a thing. I'm just trying to get this moment where I can either find a way to break Tybella looking in.
And to clarify, she's not staring at Verlender. Like she's not just staring at him
she's
or
paying
at
attention.
you.
I want to kind of divert that attention for the moment, just to have that kind of moment of break to kind of like give them the look.
You would have to like create some form of a distraction.
Actual distraction. Do we think it's obvious that that's Marcus's intention?
Yeah, because he's kind of like kind of rolling his shoulders and kind of shuffling bags around as we're having this kind of conversation. And
Tybella wouldn't care enough to pay attention, so she will not roll insight for that.
Okay.
But if you think, Marcus, that these people know you well enough to know that you're looking like you're trying to do something, that's up to you.
Marcus, I wouldn't be overly concerned about.
One moment, my sound is just being a little strange. Give me a second.
Sure. We'll wait to make sure that you can hear things.
Talk amongst yourselves. You guys are fine.
Okay.
I just can't hear you.
Okay, great.
So, DM, if I could sleight of hand, I'm going to try and send Verlender a message by the messaging spell, which hopefully should be.
Okay, I'm good. I can hear you.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and sleight of hand where Marcus goes to kind of rub his nose with his feather and sends a message to Verlender at this point in time, just to kind of get his attention. Is like, let me just try sleight of hand. Wow, that's a more natural 10. Wow, I'm cracking.
But you can tell how important it is because D20 just rolled their own dice for something.
Yeah.
So, like.
Okay, look, let me just check something real quick.
Can I ask something, DM?
Go for it.
Could I
Go for it, you know?
Could I perhaps give Marcus advantage by sending little old Honey to be a distraction as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime girl.
Little Honey is just gonna go across and be a little bit annoying. Maybe chew on Tybella's hair.
So
she actually looks really intrigued by it. She like doesn't look like she's like, oh, cute little bat, but she's definitely like, she doesn't swat at Honey or anything, even thus being distracting, but does pay attention.
Yeah. Marcus' message is, do you want to tell her more? Nodding at Tybella.
Out loud, Verlender will reply. I suspect there are very few things she doesn't already know, to be honest. Or at least suspect.
She does pay attention now.
As I mentioned to you some time ago in the Lazy Trout in Tybella, my friend Briley went missing, and she left me some interesting pointers and clues to do. I found these symbols, and again, I'll resummon them again, when I was searching for her, but they came back in the vision. The problem that is, I've never seen Briley in a emerald cloak, and then I also saw, and I'll resummon the man that Verlender has stated before. in the Emerald Cloak with the kind of background of the caves. I've never met this individual before, but clearly you may have. Do you recognize him?
She stays stoned face looking at this person, and she says, "No."
I had a little run-in with them myself in Kaivala some time ago. Also unpleasant.
Seems to be a running theme with you, doesn't it?
Unpleasantry? Yes.
However, Tybella, the thing that's the most marvelous is with this wonderful appearance of our new companion, a number of events seem to be coming together, one would say, in a rather curious bundle. And it seems time for us to go and seek answers elsewhere, as there's too many questions. And this isn't holding the answers. Too many voices in the air. And again, when somebody says tick tock to me, I don't think they're saying tick tock for the reasons that may apparently appear obvious. There's some other events running that we need to get to, and I think we're in the wrong place to do anything at the right time. And I'm curious what our new Eldrin friend has about these favorite voices, which I am wildly intrigued with. And I'll give Delphine the eyebrows.
Wow.
Not the eyebrows.
Oh no, not the eyebrows. Quick, make a wisdom save.
That thirst for knowledge eyebrows.
Okay.
I
Sure,
will
not those
remind
eyebrows.
you-
Put them away, for goodness sake.
I will remind you, Marcus, and companions. I do not work for you, and I don't intend on following you around unless you pay me. I am purely here for Jonan because he is paying me. So once that ends, unless you intend on contracting me to help you with these emerald cloaks, that's the last you will see of me. Except for maybe Verlender.
Excellent.
Care to share with your friends why that might be?
Oh, the very large price on my head that I'm sure you've just been itching to get paid out to yourself.
If I wanted it paid out, he would already be dead. But
How much are we talking about here?
That's enough out of you.
Delphine's just gonna turn to whoever's sitting next to her and be like, I thought they were talking about his penis.
Oh no. That would have been Sol, by the way, because you guys sat at the table first.
Love it.
But
Makes sense.
Well,
I can see why you got to that conclusion.
Tybella does say, I wasn't just referring to the bounty, but maybe who placed it upon your head.
Oh, again, not the penis.
Yeah. I was about to say, he refers to it as the bounty.
Another pirate reference right there.
Fucking methods, all of you.
Incredible.
Absolute fucking methods.
I don't think it's particularly important. But I will say this. It would seem that Jonan has decided to travel with us until we've completed this little leg of our adventures. So it would seem that we are once again colleagues for a time.
I guess, Jonan, what do you get out of this?
I get a boat ride to Agora, is what I get.
We can do that.
That's it? That's all you're looking for?
Yes, unless you're willing to pay me some of the share of your money, then yes.
No? We will happily make room for you on our water vehicle.
Just a side note, does anyone actually know how to drive a boat?
It's a sailor boat, but you are wearing like metal armor, so different things. The upside, I've been working on my license to become a rope inspector, so should be absolutely fine.
And that's the end of the stream, everybody. Thank you so much for coming along.
Fuck off and get your own boat. Good night.
Oh, no.
Scarlet, I just want to check that you're happy with the progression, because I think we go quickly back to the vineyard and have a couple of conversations, then take their very generous offer of the boat back to our employer.
What do you mean by the progression of it? Like, as in us using them for the boat, or us leaving quickly, or what aspect?
There was one a threat to X that he had now 16 hours before he was beaten to a pulp by yourself.
But I let him know that he had been controlled. So
okay.
he was relieved from that.
I missed that bit. I'll make a quick note of that, because it was just the clock ticking down to that one.
Yeah. No, that's why I wasn't yelling times at him when I came down. Yeah.
Makes sense. I do get a sense from the different angles we've taken, especially with the help of our new companion, that I would be very interested to see if there's anything more we can learn about the dreams, but I don't think these people here, how can I put it politely, are able to do it themselves. They've got it from somewhere else. So we could do a quick investigation, and I found with investigations, leaving hurriedly is usually the best plan, especially with this august group. Sol, put that down.
Will do.
Tybella will also look at Delphine. I'll come to you in a second, Promethean. And say, so where is it that you're from?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Do you want to know my town, or do you want to know what plane I'm from?
I'm sorry, you're from another plane.
Well, do you usually see people walking around with green skin?
Nothing I see surprises me anymore, so thank you for that.
I don't know, I'm just picking
Let's
up
start
the
with
vibes that
plane.
everybody likes you.
Where are you from?
From the Feywilds.
Huh. Okay, interesting.
Not a fan, I take it.
Not from what I've heard.
Well, obviously you've never been to Alanithir.
Yes, obviously. That's enough. Scarlet, what are you doing?
Scarlet is actually just very calm and taking everything in.
Okay.
You know, Tybella hasn't been lippy. And the way Scarlet views it is Astryn said that she needed to trust Tybella. So she is begrudgingly, out of respect for Jonan and Astryn, now.
Team
Just holding her
Tybella.
tongue. Yeah. Okay, and Promethean, what was it that you wanted to do, sorry?
Look, if you like, we can absolutely kidnap Arastine after we've secured the boat, and then we can perhaps force her to tell us more about these dreams while we're on the ocean. She'll have nowhere to go. It will give me plenty of time to remove as many digits as are required for her to give us the answers we want.
I don't know if that's what I signed up for.
But she wouldn't necessarily know who's sending her the dreams.
We've got a slightly different kind of like hands-off, hands-on, hands-off approach of not kidnapping, what appears to be law-abiding individuals. And so, nice idea, but we'll park that for the moment. Jonan, can we meet you at the docks in, let's say, and I put out a random sundial, probably at sunset? Because it's dawn now, and we'll meet you there at the boat ready to go. How's that? So you can get everything prepared with the very lovely Tybella here and your sister.
Delphine's just gonna look at the thing that you pulled out and be like, what the fuck is that? She's never seen one.
Excellent.
It's not.
Don't you just look at the sky?
It's not a penis.
Jonan like goes to look like he's about to reply. He's applying for a job. As he's about to speak, you see the door to the tavern just gets thrown open. There is like a loud bang as wood hits wood. And
Did Aragon just walk in?
no, but Grommy did.
Yeah.
Grommy! And
My sweet angel.
Grommy on his arm has in one hand, is holding a charcuterie board. And on the other arm, he is assisting an older gentleman that you all recognize as Berkeley through the door of the tavern. And he like raises the charcuterie board as if he's about to wave and then realizes that he's carrying a charcuterie board and that wouldn't be a good idea. And so they make their way over and Grommy puts the charcuterie board down in front of you all and he goes, Grommy found friends.
Put that down, Grommy. You don't know where it's been.
Talking about the old man or the charcuterie board?
Take your pick.
Berkeley chuckles and he looks at you all and he says, apologies for the intrusion. I wanted to come and find you. Do you mind if I sit?
No, please.
And he takes a seat. And he looks at you, Scarlet, and then over at Jonan, and he says, once again, I would like to offer my sympathies for the loss of your sister and friend. It is a tragedy.
Thank you. Is the offer of a boat still open?
It is. If you need transport, we can provide that. We can also provide a couple of people to man it should you require. It's the least I think we can do. But I also wanted to answer any questions you might have about the Thornberry. Forgive me, my wife was not in a place to have that discussion with you yesterday.
She said a dream. What kind of dream?
Her and I are very different. I don't know anything about magic. I don't know anything about... I don't really have dreams that I remember. And so the idea is quite foreign and a little bit strange to me. But it didn't seem sinister. It was some time ago now. It was an idea that came to her in a dream. That is kind of all I know. Someone spoke to her. She said it was some sort of a divine being.
How many people die from this?
In our establishment, it happens very rarely. But it is usually as a result of misuse.
More than once is probably too many times.
Yeah.
I mean, we can only do what we can do, and that is provide adequate warning labels.
Fair.
And in Gravedirt's defense here,
What did
our
you
friend-
just say?
I call Berkeley Gravedirt. Our friend did very deeply overconsume more than the recommended amount.
Did
It
all of
wasn't
you?
her fault. We didn't know.
But you got it here.
Yeah.
We did.
Are you the only distributors of this wine?
We create it. So, yes. It is ours. We have a lot of people. Also, what happened to your voice? He looks at you, Verlender.
Yeah, Mr. Not Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, and also Scarlet, who's not Bridgerton at all.
Yeah.
But we do get people like yourselves, distributors, that come out and they ask questions. And we understand. Word has traveled fast of the Thornberry. But it's not designed to be ill-intentioned. It is just designed to give people an experience they would not otherwise get.
Would you have a ledger then of where you've distributed this wine?
We don't offer mass distribution. We entertain the idea, but we don't
So it
offer
only comes from your vineyard and that's it.
People can take it with them. Like, there is nothing to stop the Blue Canary from coming in and buying 10 bottles. But we don't offer, hey, here is a keg that you can take with you. Or a barrel.
So you wouldn't have any idea of the venues that might be selling this?
It's not up to us to track.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would argue it is.
Yeah.
It's
but,
an exchange of goods for gold, is what it is. What you choose to do with your goods is not up to me.
It's a classical wholesale arrangement. And to answer your question, I find it makes for better business conversations if folk aren't intimidated by my prospective heritage or background. Occasionally I put on a little facade, play a role, so to speak, when I'm doing certain business dealings. But I believe a boat was mentioned.
And a boat, yes, should you need it, is down by the docks. You can speak to, you can look for one of our employees. The boat has sacred wines on the side of it. It is not difficult to see. It's yours should you require. I will ask that you send it back.
Oh, of course.
We do, in fact, use it. The other thing I wanted to say to you specifically, and he looks at you, Sol. You questioned the concept of death a lot. And I understand, as someone who is also from Sediva, that concept is difficult for you to grasp. Because if your upbringing or what you've done in the past is up to you, but if you have been through similar experiences like myself, they're not great experiences. I understand how you would be hardened from those experiences. That being said, people like Arastine, and maybe even some of your companions, don't understand that because it's not where they're from. It's not their experience. Malukia is a lot different. The other thing worth knowing is I am a human. I will age. I will die. And she will live on for hundreds of years after me. Death is difficult for her. Not because death is hard, but it's a reminder that I will die. And she won't. For quite some time. I don't offer an apology, just perspective.
I can contemplate that and understand it. But, I mean, death happens all the time, and
It
I look
does.
over at Jonan. Oh, sorry. And
Fucking hell. Jonan just goes,
Yep.
sheesh.
if I can do something to help someone prolong their life, or
Prolong life.
yeah,
That makes more sense.
Make their death last
prolong
forever.
their death, yeah, or even assist their needs, then I'll try to do what I can.
No one's telling
But
you
maybe
not to.
perhaps this is a reflection for you then to live your life as best as you can while you have the moments to do so.
And we are, which is why we're doing what we do. But understand that while you are in Malukia, whether you or I agree with it or not, death is part of the cycle. It exists. It doesn't get investigated when someone drops dead. It gets investigated if there's foul play. But understand that there was no foul play in the death of your friend.
Well,
no one forced her to drink that wine.
You're also distributing something that is quite dangerous.
It's only dangerous.
I'm pretty sure it's not illegal to distribute poisons, though.
It's also not... It's not dangerous if you consume it in the way that you're guided to.
Humor me then. You must have solved a lot of this stuff over the... How long has this company been trading for in this?
Months.
And how much profit, without telling me a number, have you pulled in? You said you've done quite well?
I'll take a number.
We are comfortable. We don't sell it for an exorbitant price. We sell it for a fair price.
And what is it distributed as? Is it a hallucinogen? Like, are people going to be hearing things and seeing things? Is this a regular occurrence?
We are open about the effects that the Thornberry has. Which is likely why you too had heard of it before you consumed it. Am I correct?
I haven't partaken in it yet.
I've drank loads of it. It was great. And could we get 2 bottles for it to go as well?
I didn't bring any bottles with me.
Because we asked for one of your people to bring it. And just to interrupt any soul searching at this point in time, would be fascinated if you could elaborate on your wife's dreams, on how she made this. And again, 2 bottles and some of the grapes would be great as well.
We will need to take gold for them.
Of course.
You don't need to take gold. Can I use persuade?
No.
It's called trying to pull like a Jedi mind trick. You don't need gold.
You absolutely cannot. What the fuck? No. He says, in exchange, if you can provide 20 gold pieces.
Done.
I wasn't going to say to me.
I'll give it to Grommy then. There we go. 20 gold pieces to our wonderful colleague here that will get off the wine. Grommy.
Fucking hell.
A trusted member of the party. Go and get us 2 bottles of wine.
Grommy looks confused as he's shoveling pieces of cheese and grapes and stuff from the charcuterie board that he brought into his mouth.
As he does that, can I also... Is this charcuterie board for everybody or just you?
It's for everyone.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to start eating charcuterie board.
Oh, thank God. Delphine's gonna start eating as well.
You can all see without even an insight check that there is a hesitation to Berkeley elaborating on his wife's dreams. He looks like what previously felt like an open conversation looks a bit more guarded now. And he says, I don't particularly like to talk about my wife's experiences.
Your wife's dreams would be incredibly useful to do it, and it will unburden you with some of the challenges that you face in these difficult times, and we're on your side. So for you to tell us your wife's story of how she dreamed would be absolutely marvelous to help you unburden and us understand Wisdom 15 saving throw, please, for suggestion.
Oh yeah, hey, we're playing Dungeons and
Yeah.
Oh
Dragons.
my
That's
god!
right.
Yeah, this is
Let's
not.
go.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a natural 2. Yeah, no, he doesn't make that. So you are suggesting that he tell you about the dream.
Yeah. And
Cool.
standing next to Sol and Delphine, you see that Marcus in his left hand has got some of the charcuterie board, which is the honey, and he's rubbing it over what appears to be a snake's tongue that's running there. So you two get to see that because you're standing on the same side as Marcus is looking across the table, using them as a shield to cast this.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I'll shield it up.
Sick. Tybella also at this moment looks like there is an intrigue that she looks at you with, Marcus, as Berkeley says, "You must forgive me, I don't know all of the details. That's a choice. But from memory, from what I can remember, she was visited in a dream by Thalassa, which is you should all be familiar with Thalassa being in Maluhia. That basically the winery would, with Thalassa's power and Arastine's magic, become successful. It inspired her. The Thornberry is... The seedlings are soaked for hours. Days even. In drow poison. Then planted. And then they go through an extensive distillery process before we bottle it. What the words were said by Thalassa, I can't tell you, but that is what I know.
What did you see when you had the wine?
You're asking Berkeley? I don't partake.
Never.
Never.
So who was the guinea pig for it?
There's a guinea pig?
Arastine.
Pretty sure someone said something about cat last session and I did the same thing.
There's guinea pigs. They're fucking everywhere. Arastine is far more charismatic than I, which is why she is the face of the business. She has many friends that were happy to partake.
Was she somewhere when she had this vision in particular, or did she receive a gift just before having this vision?
Arastine has always been talented with magic. But the winery itself is built on our old home. Once we started the winery and it became somewhat successful, and it's always been a winery. It's never, the Thornberry is just an addition.
But I would humbly suggest your lovely wife doesn't appear to have drow heritage. So this mention of drow poison, which again would be troublesome in most parts.
Not to mention expensive.
Not
How
if
did she
you
come to-
have connections.
Have such a great connection. Is there someone in the city that supplies this to her? Because it seems an unusual confluence of events to suddenly, overnight drench your vineyard in drow poison, which is, as far as I'm aware, lethal and very expensive, according to a colleague of ours.
And do they have emerald cloaks?
Berkeley's just like between you all. And he says, extended family friends of Arastine's. I don't know. And frankly, this is her business, it's not mine.
Forgive me, DM question. Arastine,
Arastine.
Arastine. Dead. We haven't met her.
You have. She's his
Yeah.
wife.
The winery.
She was the one that showed us all around the winery.
Yeah,
She was
she was
the
in the
elf.
winery. Yeah,
She was
okay.
the one that you had like having a go at last session.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
felt like a fight with her.
Or the session before, sorry. Not last session.
Okay.
He at this point actually stands and he says, I think it would be best if I took my leave.
2 bottles of wine. Thank you so much.
We'll
Before
have
we
them
set
by the
sail.
docks.
Most kind of you. Thank you so much for all your assistance and safe journey back.
He starts to slowly make his way towards the door, unassisted this time. And Grommy looks at you all and says, Did I do good?
Great work, Gavin. Get to the ship.
Now?
No. You have to collect yourself in the first place. And the stuff that we have in the cart as well.
Just DM note, like the body that you have in the
Yeah,
cart.
I was also thinking that.
What a ghastly thought. That's no. Our items, the ones that we've carefully curated and brought through from Grammy. Ginny.
Like
Very
his
confusing.
+1 stick.
Grommy.
Are you good on boats by any chance? Because your lucky magic cloak.
My invisibility cloak.
That one.
That doesn't
Do you
help
like
me
boats?
drive boats.
Well, you are we're going on water, which is very deep. Can you swim?
I can try.
Good. That sounds fantastic. To the boat then, Gammy.
Now?
Yes, please.
Can
Check
I
it out
finish,
for us.
Can I finish the charcuterie?
Take the board with you. It's our gift to you.
But he can finish it here. He's got time.
No. When does and Marcus will pull out yet another chart on tides and times.
A tide chart.
Yep.
Brilliant. Yep, excellent. I love it.
How do you have a tide chart? Explain to me, Marcus.
Marcus just makes things up, just like the person playing at this point in time. He pulls out a piece of paper, goes, nods at it, and then pulls out a large timer that he has in his bag.
You feel like any time you wanted, the boat would boat.
Okay, so according to the sun, the stars, and soul, you can follow along with this one. When's the best time to leave? You're the man of science.
Usually early in the morning,
Okay.
as early as the sunrise.
That would be like now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to check with our druid paladin. When would you think would be the best time to sail? Nature and all that.
I've not been in a boat, but the fucking hell. This is not her. I just can't speak.
I fucking love you, Salt. This is the best. Excellent.
Take a moment. I know it's probably overwhelming being in such a confusing environment. We'll get you back to nature soon, I promise you.
What is nature?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But just don't go in
Okay.
Playbell, because that would be going back to nature in a way that you probably don't want to do. Verlender, is there anything
what
else
I
we
was-
need to do?
What Delphine was actually trying to say was that the naiads just, whenever water's water, you be in water. That's all she knows. You just be in
Boat,
water.
water.
Yep. Done.
Put it, and
You
you get
just-
on, right?
You just say things sometimes, don't you?
You say things.
Have you been on
sometimes
a boat?
Of course I've been on a boat.
So when do you
Have
go?
you? Are you gonna lie?
Hang on. Let me do this.
Okay, everyone can roll against this.
D20,
Yeah, yeah.
odd or even. Make a choice, please.
Odd.
Oh wait, no, hold on, wait. He's just deciding.
Yes, Verlender has been on a boat.
Okay, excellent.
So
I'll
when
have
do you
everyone
leave?
know, by the way, just really quickly, there is a roll D10 command in the chat, just if anyone needs it at any point in time.
Probably Marcus.
Absolutely.
There's also a roll D20, but specifically I care more about the roll D10.
Yeah.
Sorry, Delphine, I interrupted.
Oh yeah, I was just asking. She's just saying to oh my God, just this is so bad. I think I'm having a stroke.
Jonan looks at you then at this point in time and says, if we're going to make our way towards the water, would that be a place that you could perform these rites?
Oh, most definitely. I can perform the rites wherever we are. We have a body, we have myself, rites.
Excellent. Well,
Was there
Okay.
anything keeping us here, or shall we?
Scarlet, anything you'd like to resolve before we jump on a boat?
I mean, there could be, and I could just not be thinking of it right now.
Again, we can come back here at the next convenient tide.
We have a boat now. We can go wherever
Oh no, we
want.
don't get to keep the boat. We're sending the boat
Wouldn't it
back.
come back straight away. He just said, make sure it comes back.
It's like got the whole business name on the side of it and everything. Like it would obviously be not our boat.
I'm assuming there's someone there that is going to actually be navigating the boat.
I believe he said
Yes.
that there was a couple of crew members
Yeah,
he was going
yeah.
to spare for us.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they will be sailing the boat back as soon as we get off.
If they survive the journey.
Verlender,
Why wouldn't they survive the journey?
There could be a lot of
We're in a
drow
public
poison on
place.
that boat.
public place.
Verlender would start sharpening one of his daggers.
Excellent. Tybella then makes the first move, and she will stand up and she will say, since you're all just sitting here wasting time, docks, no, we're going to sit here longer.
No, we're going to the docks.
Great, let's go.
Yeah.
Excellent. And she makes her way out of the tavern. Jonan follows behind her, because he's there too. Are the rest of you also following?
Yeah.
So Wex, just before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
Wex, it's obviously been long and I slowed him 2 gold. If anyone comes asking about us, there's carrier pigeons just down the street, I've noticed. If you could just send a message that someone's come looking for us or ask any question about it, you'll be well remunerated on our return.
I think, my memory would be best served if I could cover the expenses of the deep hole in that mahogany table and the 2 holes in the door I will be fixing later.
Everyone's just gonna look at
I'd say,
Verlender.
yeah, it would be looking at the doors is like I'll slide an extra 2 gold.
Okay. Yeah, at this
How mu-
point
yeah,
he
how
just resigns and just goes, ugh. Also sees Verlender in the back just sharpening a fucking dagger and is like, you were never here.
Wex, we realize it's being a trying time, and I probably send someone else up to clean the rooms that's not you. But on that note, it's been lovely. And apparently door 3 that Jonan was sticking in, his door was sticking, so you might want to look at that. Something wrong with the lock.
He
Delight to
looks
meet you.
so confused. Like he just
Oh, and someone totally took over your mind and everything to make you serve us Thornberry wines. That's why you don't remember.
what?
You might want to figure out who did that.
I highly doubt that happened.
Oh no, it happened. That's why I stopped the countdown, remember?
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Delphine, if you don't mind joining me a stroll towards the harbour, I have literally 108 questions to ask you about our conversation last night.
And as you all stroll towards the docks, we're going to use this opportunity to take a quick 10-minute break. Hey, thanks. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the follow that's in there as well. And thanks for being genuinely cool people. Hey, see you in 10 minutes, I guess. Everyone wave and look nice. I can hear you guys before I unmuted your audio, and it distracted me wholeheartedly. But hey, guess what? We're back. We're doing the things. Hey, welcome. If you're just tuning in, then sorry. But hey, who should I pick on? Hey, Salt, what's happened so far in this session?
Me? I'm noticing I'm gonna have a lot of difficulties because Salt and Soul are very fucking close.
Yeah, I clocked that in the last session. I was like, this is gonna be fun.
It's true.
Honestly, what's happened so far this session? Well, Soul and Delphine ate breakfast,
Which we love.
followed by second breakfast. Verlender had some weird tension with this other lady, Tybella, who Delphine really just learnt her name and didn't pay any attention other than that.
Good.
She thought it was sexual attention, but they didn't actually talk about penises. They talked about something else, not penises.
This entire
Marcus
episode is just
asked
called
a lot of
Not
questions.
Penises. Like, that's all it's
You
called.
just want a t-shirt and not penises.
Yeah.
And then like a sundial.
Fucking hell.
And then old
Correlation.
mate Berkeley came and hung out with us, and Marcus used some magic on him to ask some questions. And then we were like, let's go on a boat, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Let's go on a boat, motherfuckers. Excellent.
That's
Hey,
exactly what happened.
if you like the things we say this evening, sometimes they're on shirts. We have merch now. So I'm going to pop that in the chat real quick. There's the And Jonan Was There Too shirt. And there's also a brand new shirt from Dead Channel called the Kids Were Murdering shirt. Which Ben Keenan was absolutely super stoked when I messaged him about it. He was like, yeah, it was cool. Hey, spoiler alert, Dead Channel, Halloween, tune in. Anyway, moving swiftly along to this session. You all leave the Blue Canary and make your way into the streets of Malukia. Delphine, what are you doing?
So Delphine's just gonna take a little wander over to where she was trancing last night. And you're gonna see in the grass a perfect ring of flowers just blooming around where she was probably sitting the night before. The flowers kind of look like a mix of like wildflowers or flowers that people would be growing in their garden beds, like really beautiful flowers that someone clearly cares for. And she's just gonna duck over and pluck a few of them up, and then she's gonna go shoo, 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 and go like this to the little flowers, and you'll see the little flowers kind of walk away back to where they came from. And then she's gonna come back over to the group, and she's just gonna give them all a flower and just keep walking.
Does that include Jonan and Tybella out of curiosity?
Yeah, everyone gets a flower.
Wait, are these flowers like moving as well at their own accord?
Sorry?
Are these flowers moving around by their own accord?
The ones that I shoot are, but the ones that I plucked aren't. But
Okay.
they won't ever wilt. They will continue to bloom forever.
Whoa.
As long as we are together, they will bloom.
You actually
that's-
see Jonan pops his so that it's like in his jacket pocket.
That's cute.
Tybella looks at hers and she goes, then tucks it in like a pouch.
Delphine she just wanted to give everyone a flower. She doesn't care what you do with it. Honey gets a flower as well. That's Honey's breakfast.
I love that. Okay, perfect. The air has actually got a slight chill to it. Coming to the end of the Ember season, though the air is still kind of warm, it's like one of those really like crispy summer mornings before you kind of head into the cooler weather. And it is still earlier in the morning, and you're watching as like various businesses begin to open for the day. As you make your way down to the docks, you can start to smell the ocean. Like you can smell that saltiness in the air. And for those of you who have never been to Maluhia or by the sea, it's really nice unless you hate it, and then it's not. Were you going to say something, Verlender, then? And then you just coughed up along? Okay,
No.
excellent. You leaned forward as if you were about to say something. But as you all get closer towards the docks, Grommy is behind you, like, pulling the cart very slowly.
Did we grab Astryn's body?
Which is in the cart. Yes, he is
Okay,
pulling
yep,
this
cool.
cart with so much struggle that he's like a bunch of paces behind you. It's going to take him some time to catch up to you. But he does manage to do it. Eventually, you arrive and you see a bunch of people working on various different boats. There is one that is towards the end of the dock, and you can see in like a cursive dark lavender color the words Sacred Wines. Towards the end of that dock is a gentleman that also looks like he is heading up and down the boat ramp, kind of preparing things on the Sacred Wines ship. Is there anything that any of you would like to do as you approach the docks?
Is there any stalls or anything along the way?
Like chairs?
Stores.
Oh, I thought you said stools. I was like, what are you talking about?
I need to take a break.
More
Walk's too long.
furniture.
Yeah, is there something specific you're searching for?
Yeah, just some quick ingredients.
What type of ingredients, if you
Things
know?
like ginger, lemon, honey.
Like food?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be able to pick up a bunch of different things. Is there anything outside of what you've just mentioned that you would have liked to pick up?
No, just basically those things.
Yeah, cool. You can like 5 silver and you're good.
So,
You know, people everywhere setting up their stalls. Anyone doing anything else as you approach the docks?
Marcus
Can
will-
Delphine also go shopping?
Yeah, what
She's
would
got
you
nothing.
like?
She wants to buy some jeweler's tools, please.
I see where this is going. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know the price for those. So talk amongst yourselves while I figure that shit out.
700 gold,
No.
probably.
I don't know
what
how
do you-
much gold. I'm poor.
What were you going to do in the meantime, D, just so I can...
Marcus kind of either catches up or slows down with Scarlet and Verlender and says, these emerald cloaks were quite an obvious looking group. Do we need to get some sort of different attire just to, I mean, we've got an Eldrin that's 6 foot something large in armor. Is there clothing we should get, Verlender? Scarlet, you've traveled quite a lot. I mean, I'm just going to change my hair slightly, but the other two, perhaps something a little bit more,
Oh, yeah, I only have armor.
I'm not used to changing my appearance to hide from people. Like I know the way I live my life. I'm like, maybe a couple of years tops. So why bother?
You would also all remember, aside from Delphine, that you all bought fancy clothes for the first time that you went to the castle.
Now, these are more for the boating and, looking less.
Oh, you want loungewear?
No, shipwear.
Do you say to the voice in the sky? Is that what just happened?
No, I'm talking to Verlender, who's giving me that look again. Shipwear.
I've never actually been on a ship to know what you usually wear.
You'll get wet. Ideally, you want to be wearing something that can dry easily.
I already am.
Then you're covered.
Cool.
As to your question, Marcus, if absolutely necessary, I can whip us all up some kind of disguise.
Delphine's just standing there with her hand up.
Yeah, no, she literally is. That's
yeah.
why I'm doing it.
Yes, green person.
Wow.
Armor dry fast.
I mean, it doesn't soak up water, so you might be all
Just
right.
going to offer a couple of suggestions in different forms of attire to be on a boat when you're on an ocean, because I've traveled quite a bit and being wet in metal isn't good and it rusts.
She's gonna go with Marcus, and he's gonna show her what to buy because she's only ever worn armor.
Delphine, do I know that you want a jeweler's tools?
You guys would have been shopping at a similar time, so it would be within the realm of belief that would happen.
How likely is it that Delphine would just immediately speak out loud every thought in her head while shopping?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Additionally,
100%. She's gonna be like, ooh, jeweler's tools, ooh, gems, ooh.
I'll be
the shopkeeper tries to charge you 25 gold also for
before
the
that happens.
jeweler's tools.
If you're after jeweler's tools, I actually have a set if you need them.
Jeweler's tools?
Correct, yes.
Sick. I'll steal those. I'll use my gold.
You don't have to steal them, I'll give them to you. Unless this is some roleplay fantasy
my
you want
gold
to fulfill.
for
Role-play
gems and
fantasy.
clothes.
What the fuck, Ben?
Trying to work on my bedside manner.
I think
So,
it's amazing.
just,
We're best friends now.
And I will delete my jeweler's tools and I will give them to you. I actually don't know why I have a set.
Okay. Excellent.
Save 25 gold.
Sweet. Excellent.
Should Delphine also take away some money so that she can buy gemstones and things to make jewelry?
Yeah, we
and
can.
clothes?
I'll like you tell me what you want in a message, and I'll just tell you how much
Yeah.
to deduct, and we'll go
Cool.
from there.
does Delphine actually have any money?
She has a little bit.
Yeah, fuck around and find out. And
Yeah,
if you
okay.
want to contribute to that, D, that's also fine.
So Marcus will get the following bits and pieces. I won't go through a shopping list, but basically galoshes, cloaks, because we can go in the ocean. It might take a couple of days. Get smash your rations. Whatever he saw Verlender drinking before, gets 2 of those on top of what it is, and make sure Scarlet's got something that will allow her for her weapons, so especially the hammer and shield that just gives it a cover against the salt as well. So he'll kind of buy seafaring goods for it. Plus, looking at Delphine and the way it's like, there's a moment of like, she's going to stand out whatever she looks in. So I'll get her a deep robe, and then get her some robes of different colors, so neutral tones.
Like
Excellent.
dresses?
No robes. It's no. There's. I'm not buying an armored
No
woman
pretty
dresses.
dresses.
It's like that's what Soul can do. He's great with the ladies. He can work out those ones.
Delphine
Marcus-
doesn't want dresses. Delphine makes
No.
her own dresses.
So imagine that basically what they are is kind of like large robes that go around that hide the armor you've got, so they don't make you quite as obvious on streets. Because I don't think a form-fitting dress and armor really kind of works in like
Fair
real
enough.
world. So think of it as over the top, so kind of cowl
Yeah.
and covering those sort of things.
Yeah, cool. Okay, excellent.
So 25
I'm-
gold, I'll burn.
Huh?
25 gold's worth.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. And you do so with many a grateful shopkeeps that you don't barter with, and you just pay for things. That's good. Love that for you.
I'll
Anything
leave
else?
Soul with one of them, just to make their lives much more complicated, and then he disappears off.
Excellent. Anything else? Last call that anyone would like to do before you approach the docks?
Verlender will pick up just some kind of dry biscuit type food stuff.
Yeah,
Whoever's selling something of that nature.
you do so, and like easily and for very little money, like silver pieces, like literally, like, I don't know, like 5 fucking silver pieces. These don't look good though. They look like they're very much functional over tasty.
Hmm. That's fine.
Which I absolutely adore for you. And
Was
the rest of your
Soul
players.
buying ingredients to eat or ingredients to make potions with?
Don't believe
The
he told
latter.
you.
So, I mean, if we're in a shopping situation, I'll elaborate to Delphine that I am concocting some chews for seasickness in case they need it.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
that's cool.
Sick. Love that.
She's gonna be like, people get sick on the sea.
Yeah, at times it can be a bit rough and can be a bit disorientating.
As we're about to get in the boat, DM,
Mhm.
Marcus nudges Verlender and says, "You know those individuals that you saw as we were coming into town? They're not following us by any chance, are they?"
Yeah, I guess Verlender will scope out whether or not they are being followed in general. He doesn't expect them to be, and so he would have been paying attention.
Yeah, cool. You can do a. Are you just like glancing around, or are you going to take the time to like scope out the area?
No, he'll do it properly.
Okay, great. You can make an investigation check then for me.
Sure.
And I believe you
Ooh.
have guidance courtesy of our bard friend.
Hey, you just keep that in your pocket, sweet boy. Because I rolled a 19, which gives me 24.
Yeah, cool. You don't believe you are being followed. There is, everyone that kind of looks at you all is just in glancing and passing. Like, particularly, like, you do catch up people looking at you, but mostly because you're traveling with Delphine, who
She's used to it.
sticks out. She's tall, she's green, and she's, like, saying literally every thought in her head.
Yeah, perfect.
So, like, that is the extent to what you feel like you're being watched.
Verlender will let Marcus know that they are not, in fact, evidently being pursued or followed or spied upon in any other way by anyone he's been able to see.
Okay. As you approach the docks and you walk down towards the boat, you see an older gentleman, the one that you saw kind of jumping on and off the boat. He looks like he's basically wearing this white button-up shirt that's like rolled up to his elbows. His like strawberry blonde hair is pulled off his face into like a little ponytail, like a half up, half down ponytail. He even his pants are like rolled up. He's not wearing shoes at the moment. Like he looks real comfy in this environment. It doesn't stick out. He does stop what he's doing and look at you all and brushes off his hands and says, Can I help you?
We got the right boat, don't we? Like this is the boat Berkeley said to look for.
You're the ones that Berkeley sent. And when he looks at you, Scarlet, he looks at you like his gaze just fixes on you for a bit, and he doesn't say anything else.
I'm gonna roll and fail an insight check because I know how well I roll on why he's staring at me.
Okay.
Actually, I got 19.
Great. The feeling that you get is it feels like this man is looking at a ghost. Like you feel like he is the equivalent of he's seen a ghost. It's not like necessarily fear driven, but curious.
Have we met? Like, you seem to recognize me. Like, have we met before? Like, I've been in Malahia before and stuff like that. Like, because we didn't meet at the winery the other day, did we?
No, but you look very much like someone. Anyway, you're welcome to all board the boat. I will be taking you to Agora, I believe.
Yeah.
What's this guy look like?
Do you want me to re-describe it?
Yeah, facial features a little bit more. Is he about same age as Scarlet or
No, he's older.
No. Yeah.
much older?
Mm,
Yeah.
All right.
Younger than Berkeley, but older than us.
correct.
Yeah, okay.
Well, older than some of us.
Oh, he's... Yeah. Yeah. He's probably about... Like, in human years, because he's human. He's probably about 50.
Right, okay. Yeah. Noted.
He, like, looks at you all just standing there.
Stroll onto the boat as if Marcus
Yeah.
owns it.
Exactly.
Lovely.
Well, very similarly, Verlender will just hop up on deck.
Mm.
Tybella will
Delphine's
follow.
not gonna get on the boat because she's just gonna kind of look at the cart with the body and look at the boat and look at the cart with the body and look at the boat and be like, are we taking the body on the boat?
Jonan will actually also be standing by you. And you will hear him say to this gentleman, the cart, we have some stuff that we need to bring along. Can we... The boat looks big enough that it would fit a cart onto it. But this gentleman does say, do you need the cart? Or do you just need the belongings? And he'll direct that at you, Delphine, and if anyone else is around, you are also involved.
I think it's just what's on the cart.
Jonan looks at you and says, "It's your cart. So if you want the cart, you can have it. I don't care for your cart."
It was a free cart.
Are we taking the body?
This older gentleman kind of looks at you and goes, "Body."
We should probably take the cart with us in case we need to use it on the way off the boat. Unless you
And the
want to-
body? Delphine's really concerned about this body.
Jonan says, "We are taking her with us. If we can perform the rites on the sea, that would."
Are you forgive my manner, but are you wishing to make this a at sea burial, or do you want to
I don't know how rites work, so
put her in the ground?
say, wow. I am unsure how this all works. I have not buried anyone before, but I am quite fond of the ocean, as was Astryn.
Perhaps we should take everything. I have enough rope to secure the car if we need to.
This older gentleman then looks at you all, because none of you have asked his name, and he says, "Great, I can handle that." And Grommy goes, "Grommy can help." And this gentleman just looks and goes, "Okay, thanks, being." And like they begin to, after you, if you are all going to then board the boat, they begin to. Yes, Scarlet?
Scarlet will actually wait until the others are boarding and basically say to him, was it Amelia or was it Marisol?
Okay, hold on a second.
So, sorry.
No,
Before you get
that's
into
okay.
that, Delphine's just gonna run and grab some dirt and then she'll be back.
Okay, great. You do so
They were
easily
like
enough.
ocean burial, and
So
she was
like you hear this, like you don't hear the question, but you hear that there is an exchange. As you're kind of like, "I'll be back."
She's
with
just
some
gonna-
dirt. When
"Who
you
vagina?"
fucking hell, when you say Marisol, this gentleman literally goes like 2 shades whiter. And he says, "What do you know of Marisol?"
Not as much as I'd like to. I'm related to her, but I never actually met her, so I don't know a huge amount about her.
Scarlet.
Yeah. How did you know?
He looks ill. Like, he looks like he is going to either pass out or vomit.
What's wrong? What did I say? What?
Marisol was my wife.
Oh my God, you're my uncle. Holy shit.
Argus.
Wait. So how are you wrapped up in all of this? Because this is like really fucking random.
I am
First I
going
drink
to
the
need
wine.
a drink.
I drink the wine. I have a vision of Marisol.
Let me
Now-
get the body on the boat.
Okay.
And yeah, we will have a conversation later.
I'll offer to do that if they want to talk now.
Did you not board the boat?
I feel like I'm hanging around.
Oh no, she was
Because she
waiting
waited
everyone was
until
boarding
everyone
the boat.
left.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, I would have boarded the boat then if they wanted to do that.
Yeah, cool. And Grummy and Argus do actually start pulling the cart onto the boat. Delphine, it's so easy to get dirt. Like you get as much dirt as you want.
She doesn't
There's-
actually have a jar, so she's just gonna
Just
run back
carry
and fill it
in her
down.
hands. Excellent. Yeah, unless you want to fill your water skin or something, you're just like either pockets full of dirt or like
Yeah,
handfuls of
I
dirt.
have dirt pockets now.
Yeah.
She doesn't need a lot. She just needs a little dirt.
Fucking
Little
hell.
dirt under the pillow for the dirt man.
On my pillow.
Dirt man.
I've never been on a boat.
Wow. There's sand mixed amongst the dirt as well, so it's a little bit grainy, but hey, it's nice dirt. If you're into that sort of thing. It takes some time as you all enter the boat. It is quite large. And on each end are like almost like if you've ever seen a sunken lounge in like a 70s style home, there's like 2 little sunken lounges on each end of the boat.
Love that.
Yeah, and like there's at the very front of the boat, there's like a little table in the center. If you explore underneath, it's not too large underneath. It looks like this is kind of more for shorter journeys than longer journeys. There are some like hanging hammocks that are doubling as like beds essentially. There is a small little kitchenette area, bathroom. That's kind of the extent to what you find. But as you all settle in, it takes about an hour or so before someone different approaches, not Argus this time. Another like younger kind of 20-ish-year-old human, dark messy hair, and he says, "Is everyone ready to go? We cool?"
Just waiting for 2 bottles of wine, dear boy, and something from
Oh,
Berkeley.
they're under the deck.
In that case, we're most definitely Delphine, you're leaking dirt and sand. Do you want a container for that?
Maybe.
Okay. We tend to use sacks, and here's a lovely one that will help out with that. Soul's
gonna-
normally very good at those sort of things. as we boarded the boat, DM, Marcus will scoot next to Verlender. There's been far too many coincidences on the way to this boat, and he's very generously offered the boat. Now, I'm not the overly suspicious one, but there are too many coincidences. We should probably keep an eye out to see if any of this crew's acting untoward or they've got anything else down below, as they say in nautical terms. You know, like they've stolen stuff. Contraband.
Kind of contraband.
Well, I'm going to have a look for it a bit later on, so if you could help us, that'd be jolly good.
Look, I can't make any promises. I may be indisposed.
Okay. Sounds nefarious. I'm going to go and find Soul. Soul?
Yeah, are we together?
Who's right there?
we
You're all together.
Sure, we are now. Oh, Soul.
I mean, of course I can come help.
No distraction, dear boy.
Oh, you want me to distract?
No, don't set fire to the boat. But the
Oh.
thing is, if we find something, you're a great investigator, and I believe in you, Soul. But,
Well,
you know,
You're being
trying to
too
avoid
kind,
interacting
Marcus.
with too many of the crew. Did we find out the captain's name?
We have not yet, I don't think.
Ah, okay. Slight
Scarlet
faux pas.
did.
I'm sure we can do introductions in a moment. We've only just gotten on the ship. Exactly, Verlender, are you okay?
Oh, that will soon be seen, I guess.
As soon as we see in what manner.
I mentioned earlier I've sailed previously, which is absolutely true. That doesn't mean that I enjoy the process. So
It's DM away from Tybella, and there's like, is there going to be a problem with you and Tybella? She seems to be more, directive to you.
I truly don't think Tybella is a threat of any kind.
Well-
Right now, if it works to her advantage at some point in the future, perhaps. I think right now she seems, if not allied, then aligned with our goals. As long as we keep Jonan here under our wing.
He's there too.
He's there too.
Hi, Jonan.
I feel
No,
she'll-
he's not. He's not actually with you guys. Tybella
Okay.
and Jonan are off, kind of looking out over the boat's edge.
Tybella seems
I
to
feel she'll
want
keep
to
in
make a
line.
point, Verlender, about something. She seems to know more about details and seems keen to drop it. Is that going to be a problem for you?
She seems quite agitated by your presence.
The feeling's mutual. It's
Okay.
not of any great importance.
I
But
might say-
if at any time I tell you that you must run and hide for your life,
No, I'm fine. Good. No, good talk. Absolutely.
very good.
You don't want to know more?
Nope. That's fine. I'm going to go
Phenomenal.
and find Scarlet.
Excellent. If you need me, I'm just going to call up the mast there so I can see the horizon line, and I'll be munching on these dry biscuits for the next however long we're on this fucking ocean.
Can I discern that he doesn't deal well with...
He said it. You like it's.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Give me an hour, Verlender. I can whip something up for you that might help.
I look forward to it.
In which case, in a distraction, I'll get to it and use the the ingredients that I purchased to make some like ginger tablets, basically.
Yeah, cool. How long does that take you?
It's going to take me probably about an hour,
Yeah,
and just for flavor, I'm going to use a spell slot to heat it up to make gum.
cool. Okay.
Honey's gonna come and try and steal your honey while you're working. She's just gonna hang out. She smelt it and she was like, "Oh, I'm in."
If she's like loitering around, I'll leave a side plot of honey so she's not flappering in my face for honey.
Aww.
She'll like swim in it. You guys
I'll
are best
push it
friends
to the
now.
side while I work.
The younger male that approached you all earlier about being ready to go says trip takes about a day, so we'll be there like tomorrow this time. Make yourselves at home. There's not too much to do, so enjoy, I guess. If you have any questions, Argus is in charge. Yeah, or come find me. My name's Samuel. And he, oh, sorry.
No. So as Samuel goes off, Marcus was off to look for Scarlet, if that's possible.
Mm-hmm. And you find so as Samuel. Scarlet, where are you?
So she would basically be sorting out where her stuff would go and all that sort of thing because she has never been on a boat before. This is going to be super exciting for her. So she
Me
wants
too.
all the housekeeping side of things done so she can enjoy the journey.
Okay.
But she also knows that she's just made the captain of the vessel want to throw up for some reason by her very presence being there. So, you know.
Excellent. Marcus, as you approach Scarlet, she looks like she's getting ready for the trip ahead. Nothing too out of the ordinary for what you would expect.
Knock on the framework because we discovered disturbing Scarlet's possibly fatal. So
Or she sleeps through it, as per when Verlender tried to.
The one time that it was.
We'll never know what that conversation was going to be.
No, that's what Echoes and Epiphanies is for.
Yeah.
yes, Scarlet.
Yes.
I've carefully wrapped up and padded one of these bottles of wine for our, let's say, our patron to take back. So you've got this one here. I'm keeping the other one just for research purposes. I've marked in a bottle where I should be drinking it should I imbibe it anymore, given some of the dangerous properties to do that. Is there anything I can assist with in the ceremony? I know that our new friend Delphine's got something, but is there some music I can play, or is there something I can recite that would aid?
So she didn't really like gods and stuff like that, but like there was a song that we all used to like when the bard in the troop sung it. I don't know if that's something Jonan would like played or not.
It's as much for you as it is for Jonan, obviously. But if it's something I can assist with, or if you're looking for silence in that moment, then we can make ourselves scarce. As you know, she was obviously a very good friend to you. We can make ourselves scarce. What works for you?
I mean, it's more what works for Jonan because like the song will. I mean, we kind of. It's not really an ex-partner if you're on a break, is it? Like if you're, hey, we'll see each other again in 6 months' time, you know. But it was like my on a break partner that used to sing it, so like I have extra memories of the song and that as well. But yeah, I think it would just be what Jonan wants. He and I grew up very differently, so we would want very different things, I think.
Okay. So again, offers out there, Scarlet. If you just want to work it out, we can keep well away from the ceremony because it'd be probably lovely to do it at sunset, which is now a few hours away.
I just made the captain want to throw up.
That's unusual. Did you hit him?
No,
No. That's even more unusual then.
no. He's my uncle. And I've never met him before. And when he found out who I was, he wanted to throw up.
Would you like me to talk to your uncle for you?
I
I'm
don't
very
know.
good at eliciting conversations, which may be difficult at this point in time, given the emotional transitions you're going through at this stage.
I don't know if he's ready for that.
No one normally is, but you know what? What I find is it's either me or Sol.
You're definitely better than Sol. Yeah.
Get wrecked.
I don't really want Sol navigating family introductions, given the complexities of my family. But I think like he wants to talk later, but I'm just it's really random. Like you guys all have like the emerald cloak thing, and I see my aunt who I've never actually met, and then I run into her husband here.
Okay. When you say that, Marcus kind of stops being overly Marcus at this point in time, and then kind of stares very intently into Scarlet's face, and really kind of focuses on her eyes and what she's trying to do at this point in time. And proffers a hand out, flat hand, says, "Is there something I can do to aid? This sounds like a very different chapter from what we take it, and I was giving you some time after the rather traumatic events that went through, but if you could tell me about your visions, if this is the right time, I would be most fascinated to try and unpick some of them, because they definitely, we all saw people in emerald cloaks, and you're telling me you didn't?
No. I saw a woman that looked very much like my mother, but not my mother. And then I heard her name being mentioned, so then I knew it was my aunt. And she sprouted wings and flew away. And then I saw the photograph, well, not photograph, the picture on the mantle of my family, but I was no longer in it.
DM, would it be
Yes.
possible for Marcus to try and quickly sketch up similar sets of wings that he saw on Scarlet, but just try and picture it in, so it doesn't look like Scarlet, but the same sort of wing shape and size?
Yeah.
So Marcus very quickly kind of sketches down and say, would the wings like this?
Yeah.
And I'm measuring the distance between me and Scarlet. You do realize I've seen these wings before.
Well, like the ones on me.
Yes.
Yeah, so I made them appear, for want of a better term, and had Verlender check them out for me. And I sort of used the vision to try and get control over them.
Scarlet, again, this may not be the right time. Would you mind if I checked your aura for some magical connections? Because this is something that is, maybe Delphine might know more about this than I do. But again, I don't know your comfort level of sharing.
That's fine. I mean, the more I know about it, the more I know whether or not I can even go home, or whether
Delphine!
Delphine. Just with fucking handfuls of dirt. You hear this, Delphine.
I I'm pretty sure that Delphine put her dirt in some sacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
She'll come down.
Hear yourself being summoned.
Yeah, she'll come running down. She's quite loud when she runs down.
It's at this point as well that you all feel the boat has pulled out from the dock and is starting to move off towards your destination.
As that
She's
happens-
gonna turn back around and leave.
Where?
She wants to switch the boat. She's never been on a boat before. She's got better things to do. She'll be like, I'm back.
Who would have thought the bards try and actually keep the group cohesive?
Yeah,
And-
Marcus, endless frustration. Sorry, Sol, what were you going to say?
As I feel the ship leave from the dock, as I'm doing my thing, can I see Verlender?
Yeah, he's just by himself.
Yeah, he's not gonna be like hiding up in the rigging or anything. He'll just have taken a position of some height, just kind of in some netting or something. And yeah, we'll just be hard staring at the skyline. And potentially to distract himself on this first leg of the journey, we'll pull out the ring that he pilfered on the streets Marlow here. So yeah, he's totally visible. You can see him just pondering a ring.
How long has it been since I started?
You would not be finished yet.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right.
So you just look longingly up at Verlender.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna hate
Wait,
this trip.
Waiting for the next time you wash his silk pajamas.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna.
Delphine, Jonan is also kind of looking out. Wants to kind of watch, similar to you. He does make his way over to you, and he says, I'm aware that you haven't traveled with this group for too long, and so I'm sorry if the tension is, and obviously with everything that's happened, is uncomfortable. Particularly, I guess, being from another plane of existence.
She's just kind of look at Jonan and be like, tension? She's not picked up on it at all.
Okay,
She's like,
even better.
she's gonna be like, I am sorry for the loss of your sister. That can be a hard loss, I would imagine. I haven't experienced loss of people too close to me, but the people in my village have passed. But I don't know how you're feeling right now, but I hope that I can be of assistance with the funeral rites. And it can give you some peace.
I appreciate you saying that. It's interesting, loss is something that I have seen before. It's not new. But there's something different about being born and growing up alongside someone that she wasn't just my sister, like she was my second half. She was my twin. And we did everything together. Death is inevitable, and it's a discussion that we had, but you don't think it's going to happen until it does. And I don't really know what to do with that. And I don't really know.
Don't they tell that he's young? Like, is he young?
Yeah, like he's mid-20s, mid to late 20s.
Yeah. So it's probably like his first real experience with like
this type of
personal
loss. Yes.
Yeah. Also 25 is very young to be
Oh yeah.
considering your mortality, even as a human.
Yeah. And he says, I don't really know how to be alone, I think.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Delphine's going
not your
to,
problem.
she's just going to like put her hand on his shoulder and just kind of like, she's just gonna be like, without like saying too much, she's just gonna be like, well, I hope that at the end of all of this, you'll have a place to return to feel your sister's presence, even though she's no longer with you physically. She'll always be with you spiritually.
I'm not sure if that's something I want yet. But thank you. The sentiment is appreciated. With these rites, if we can wait until like sunset, I think that would be nice. And I appreciate again that you've offered to do so.
Delphine's just gonna quickly be like, did she have a favorite flower at all?
I don't actually know. Is that weird?
No, I'll ask Scarlet. Some people don't have a favorite flower.
Great. Thank you. He will also then kind of awkwardly walk away. And Rin, hey, thanks for the sub. Also, hey, how you doing?
Hey, hi.
How you going? Hey, what's up? Anyway. Okay, sweet. Soul, the hour kind of comes and goes for you, making these this ginger gum that
Seasickness gum. Yeah.
I guess is supposed to stop little tummy aches.
Yeah.
What are you doing after this hour passes?
Oh, if I've sorted it, do you want me to roll something to see how successful I am, or just
No,
it's
because
cool?
you're taking the time, potions, and that sort of stuff in general is up your alley. So taking this kind of time to do so means that you do it successfully.
I'll cut it up into little chunks and kind of
Like
wrap it.
gum-sized pieces.
Yeah, and
Excellent.
I'll gather it all together and I'll put some in a sack. And this is the key word today.
Had enough of these fucking sacks in this D&D game.
And-
Fuck.
Well, guess what the party's going to be called? Sack party. Let's go.
It's called the
Let's go
sad
with,
sacks is what it's called.
Let's go with pouch instead.
The sad
As a
pouch?
Smaller
Pouch.
sad pouch. Tiny
Stick and
pouch.
sack. Hold your guns.
And I'll yell up. How high are you?
Not ridiculously high.
If I don't need you, I'll
Not
be
like,
like,
we're not talking like crow's nest. It's just high enough that he can kind of make sure that he's always able to then kind of see the
Which you could
horizon
actually
line.
stand at the very front of the boat and be high enough if you like.
I think familiar enough to know that if the sea gets choppy, that might not be the case, and he'd lose sight of it. So he's like,
Yeah, okay, cool.
he's got a plan.
Yeah, okay, sick.
Verlender,
So
take one of these every 4 hours. And I'll pull out a pouch. And do you want me to throw it up to you?
yeah,
I'll look at it.
You gotta throw it up for the baby girl.
I think that you need to roll for this.
Yeah, are you sure you don't want to come down here?
no, fine, right here, thank you.
I promise it'll be better if you come down here.
It's the fucking leather pouch. I'm sure it's not that difficult. Just throw it up here, boy.
You should come down here and see what it's like.
I'll come down there when I need to eat shit or something else. For now, I'm fine.
You can enjoy this ride. Come on, Verlender.
Fine. And Verlender then will.
Don't let a little sea air bother you.
I will throw you off the side of this fucking ship.
Verlender, when you get back to the boat, how sick has Verlender been in the past on boats?
I think sick enough that he's put together this entire harebrained scheme to try to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Great, make a Constitution saving throw when
Yeah,
you hit the
thank
deck.
16.
You feel like the feeling of vom in the back of your throat, but it's just that like pre-burning feeling, and you swallow that back down.
Do I see the discomfort?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
actively.
yeah, and he'll be hamming it up a bit, like having been forced to come down to where you are. He's just like making it super clear that he's not having a fun time. Fine, what is this little concoction you've come up with?
Perhaps 2 for the first hour, and then 1 every 4 hours. And I'll hand it out. It's like lemon, honey, and ginger, with a lot of ginger.
Excellent. Verlender will take the pouch
Just
and or sack, the small sack, the tiny sack, and we'll pop one of these little seasickness.
a little
gumballs.
chewable.
Yeah.
Chewable for your tummy, buddy. Not pat him
Now
on
this
the
might
belly.
be super niche, but has anyone here had ginger beer when they're hungover? Yeah?
Yeah.
You know that like kind of instant relief it gives you for a bit?
Yeah.
Like that
No.
happens.
No, because ginger actually has the opposite effect on me and often makes me feel nauseous.
Okay, well, whatever the opposite of ginger beer is for you, that's the feeling that you wouldn't have. But luckily, this is for Verlender. And Verlender, you like, yeah, like, look, there's still a bit of a wooziness there, but like any nausea and like feeling like that you might yak, gone.
So this is amazing. This is incredible. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I've got enough here for a day or 2. If you need more, just let me know. I can rip it up within the hour.
I think I heard Sammy Boy down there saying we'd only be at sea for a day, so that should be plenty.
Excellent. So you can explore the deck. You don't have to stay up there all day.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Explode the dick.
Perhaps if you think that your seasickness is bad, maybe still not a good idea to go too far below deck for too long a period of time.
See how it turns out. One way or the other, we won't be here for long. It will be fine.
Yes.
I'm just thinking out loud. Belinda was saying he might be indisposed later, and I was thinking he meant with Tybella, but probably not a good idea to have that sort of motion if he sees.
Wow. Excellent.
Oh, my God.
Excellent. Fucking hell.
Each to their own. Each to their own. All right, okay,
Don't knock it till you try it. Hey, as the day progresses, Argus does not resurface. He is doing whatever he's doing, whatever that may be. You don't know. And Sammy Boy, I guess, as he will now lovingly be known by, seems to be kind of actually now taking the lead. And steering the boat in the correct direction. It's really, really smooth. Like there is no choppiness whatsoever, because you've left it at the time that you have. And throughout the day, it does not get any rougher. Is there anything aside from this discussion that you will inevitably have, Scarlet, and the rites for Jonan? Is there anything else anyone wants to do?
The ring. So Verlender wants to examine this ring that he pilfered.
No.
I think I also need to return to that conversation that I so beautifully and gracefully ducked out on.
Excellent.
Do I see you pull out this ring? Or you can do this privately?
Verlender?
Verlender.
Wait, what are you saying?
Are you gonna?
You playing with your ring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you would have seen it when you approached to offer the gum. He would have been kind of looking at it then.
Do you want a hand identifying this?
Sure, why not?
Also, now that we've got you sorted with your little tummy,
You know, tum.
do you think you might take up Marcus's offer?
Which offer was that? Sorry, I've been very distracted this entire time.
I believe he asked you something along the lines of helping him check out the lower decks.
Oh, he wants to steal things from the boat. Well, of course. Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, perhaps I can do this a bit quicker for you. And I'm going to pull out a little bit of a vial, trying to keep in my little way that I'm playing. And I'm going to cast Identify on the ring.
You're using a spell slot to do that, so it's instantaneous, right?
Correct, yeah. And I'll pull out a little vial and break it, and like silver dust kind of like falls over it for a moment. And what does it do? What does it reveal to me?
Magic.
Yeah. It's not magic,
Remind me,
it's
this
science.
is the onyx, the obsidian ring, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. When you cast this soul, or whenever you perform Identify, you take a look at this ring, and now that you're looking closely at it, the dark, like, black color almost looks like it has a swirling, like, night sky underneath it. And it does not necessarily feel like it has any kind of what am I gonna tell you? Hey, could you just refresh me 1,000% on the wording of Identify, please?
Wow, look at her squirm. Okay.
I just need to know the extent of what you find out.
Hang on a second.
If it is a magic item of some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has. If any, you learn whether any spell or affecting the item and what they are. So maybe if it's cursed or blessed, I guess. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell it was created by. So
it's all the mechanics, I think, with Identify.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah.
cool. Yeah. It is certainly, it has some sort of a magic to it. And it was created by magic. You can identify that very quickly. This magic is old. It is a spell, but it is not a spell that you know that exists. So despite the wording of Identify, it is not a spell that is known within Damada. And for that reason, it's like your brain is searching for, like, what the spell is, and it's just, like, endless buffering. You can't figure it out. In terms of, like, what it doesn't have magical charges or anything like that. It feels like it is more of a piece of jewelry that would be used to identify people within some sort of a group.
Okay.
But you are unsure because there is nothing on the ring that would lead you to know what that group may be.
So I couldn't discern whether or not it would be a group that would be friendly to the person who's wearing the ring, or...
It definitely feels like it's somewhat, like, it would be like it's kind of like when you show a crest, you're like, hey, I'm part of this club. Like, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, Billy Boys Club.
Okay, sure.
Can I just tell Verlender that the same thing that you just mentioned?
Yeah.
Uh,
You also would understand that it wasn't always an obsidian color. It was once a bright blue.
The only thing, as I reiterate that back to Verlender, is instead of using magic, I say the word science.
Because you're the science guy. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, that's all well
Uh,
and good, Soul, but what does that mean for its value?
well, something of that magnitude
It's priceless.
is priceless.
Ugh,
Uh,
that makes me feel more ill than the ocean. That is not a word that is in my vocabulary. Everything has a price.
Where did you pick this up, pray tell?
Unimportant.
I think perhaps this might be more valuable to somebody who's in the know of a group of people that might
That's
use the ring.
frustrating, isn't it? Now I've got to go back and figure out exactly who this group of ring-bearing nobodies is in order to maximize my profit. That's terrible.
Sorry, what was the wording you just used? Ring bearing nobodies. Okay. Good to know.
Wow.
Is there any insignia on it then that might decipher what house or something like that might belong to?
Just
Or
this black
No.
stone. Onyx on its own isn't particularly valuable. I was thinking just hawk it for a quick 20 gold, but here we go. Interesting.
with that information, it's not cursed or anything then.
No, you're not going to die if you wear it.
Yeah.
Yet.
I don't know.
No,
Perhaps
I'm
you
joking.
Perhaps you should hold on to it until. I mean, with everything going on, what are the chances this has something else to do with what's going on with your guys' visions? And
Very little. I stole it from a random person on the street. Not everything is connected to everything else, Sol. That's ridiculous.
perhaps I've been listening to you both too much. It doesn't make sense, but
It's
yeah.
a very allegedly interesting piece of jewelry. And speaking of which, should we find Marcus and see if we can steal ourselves some contraband?
I'll unwrap one of the ginger chewy things and I'll put one in as well. And go, yes, all right, let's go.
Yeah, cool. In the meantime, Delphine and Marcus, you meet up again finally after Delphine has taken time to look at the sky. It's super pretty. You can kind of see that, like, because the water is so flat, there are times where like you can look down and it's almost like looking in a mirror. And you can start to see you can, even from when you first left, you can see like the edges of the land in the distance towards your destination. But knowing the direction that you're going in, it's more likely that it's Ascendus that you can see versus Agora specifically. Because you are coming from, if everyone looks at the map, you're coming from the left-hand side of Maluhia around versus the embankment in between. Marcus, Delphine.
Definitely tries to touch the water. Just saying.
And with your height, you can do so. Like, if you lean down far enough, like, you can. You're good. It's cold.
She wanted it to be warm. She's used to Nyavora, where the ocean is always warm. She doesn't like this. She's like, oh.
Again, can you swim in plate melt? Okay, let's not find out together because that would be unfortunate. Next time you lean over, a rope would be, a safety option you may want to ponder. Unless you can breathe underwater.
Well, no, I can't breathe underwater. I'm not a sea elf.
Again, just a couple of things. Water, armor, things at the bottom. Anyway, more importantly, I was going to ask for your assistance with Scarlet, because she has a fascinating trait that I don't fully understand, and I'm hoping that your connection to the divine and nature might be able to help, sense what it is, because I was going to try, good old fashioned investigation / just plain sorcery to see if I can work out what it was. But I thought having you there might be able to bring a different element to it. And Saul would probably put Scarlet in a test tube, which is not where we want to go with this.
He's already got some of my blood.
True.
That's what I'm worried about. Again, he may,
He hasn't done
into-
anything with it.
that we're aware of. He
Yeah.
locks people in rooms.
Yeah. So basically, I'm like, I don't know, like something with wings,
Okay,
Like-
so
a bird or some shit. I don't know.
what we're going to try is
Hmm.
two things. Now, I believe that warriors of faith are able to have a sense around them and can spread their senses around.
Good question.
Like a divine sense as such.
Yeah, I have a divine sense. I definitely can do that.
So I'm going to
I can know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not
Okay.
behind total cover.
so we'll just wait till Saul's a little bit further out, then we'll test it.
Is he a fiend?
Fucking hell.
So if you could do whatever, faith warrior thing you do, I'm going to see if there's any residual sorcery around Scarlet, if that's okay with you, Scarlet.
Do you want me to like make the wings come out or not make the wings come out? Like,
If you could make the wings come out, I mean, can you do it in a command? I thought, okay, that's awesome.
well, I seem to be able to control it a bit now
Okay, well, in that
after the wine.
case, Marcus pulls out a tambourine and casts detect magic.
And so Scarlet will like center herself again and then just again say the word Marisol and her wings will come out.
Marisol and look towards Delphine and say, did you sense anything particularly unusual when this happened?
So Delphine hasn't cast yet. She's going to do it right now. She's going to just kind of stand there, and you're going to notice that the tattoos on her skin, the vine tattoos on her skin, start to shift and move. And they're actually not tattoos at all. They're actually living vines that are wrapped around her body. And they're going to start like tasting the air, basically. Like they look like they're searching the air around you to like sense if there's anything happening. Emily, do I sense anything?
You sense immediately, directly in front of you from Scarlet, celestial.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And because she has sensed this, she's going to immediately start talking to Scarlet and Celestial very excitedly.
And
Which, Scarlet, you understand.
yeah, and she just thinks you're speaking common because she doesn't realize she knows another language. So she'll just start talking back to you as if you're having a conversation in common.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Basically, Delphine's very excitedly going to her experience with the celestial is more to do with the spirits. And so she's very excited because she thinks that you are a spirit or very closely related to spirits.
The wings will fade away very quickly, though. So they don't actually stay for long. So I think it's like a minute or something like that. Yeah. So they do naturally fade away, which I think will give a little bit of a hint that she's not quite on the same level as what you were potentially used to. And so like she'll still be talking in Celestial and be like, yeah, so like the only animals I can think of with wings is like birds and stuff. So like, but how does that work? Like humans can't be part bird. How does that work?
Delphine's going to be like, I don't think that you're a bird at all. I think that you're a spirit or related to a spirit. We're speaking the language of the spirits. Like you have something spiritual.
No, we're just speaking normal. What are you talking about?
Marcus shakes his head, and as you see, Marcus has got these two kind of lines. It looks like there's almost like soot and charcoal, which means he's cast comprehend languages to understand what you two. As soon as you two swap languages, he's cast that, and he looks at you, and he's got a notepad there, and he's been sketching the wings gain Scarlet to that one, and the second that you two swap languages, he again looks at Delphine and says, "What language was that you spoke? It seemed to be angelic as such, but I've not heard it before."
It's common, Marcus. What are you talking about?
It's not common. We were speaking celestial.
At this moment, at the exact same time that you say that, you also hear Argus, who has resurfaced, who says, "It's celestial, Scarlet."
What the fuck's that?
Can you speak to Scarlet in the same language?
You're asking Argus, yeah?
Yeah, I'm asking Argus directly.
I can't say it without a scroll or someone to cast for me. I can't speak it naturally. I never learned.
And with him speaking common, Scarlet will drop back into common without realizing. Like, what the fuck's celestial? I'm not a spirit. I'm like alive. I'm not like a ghost or anything.
You're not a spirit, but you're a descendant of celestial bloodline. You must
I don't know what that means.
You wouldn't.
No.
Because Marisol died years ago. Marisol was killed years ago.
But like, Amelia doesn't have wings.
Amelia is not your mother, Scarlet.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not. Marisol is.
No.
Hey, we're going to leave the session there tonight. Hey, thanks a lot for hanging out, crew, and for doing things and stuffs. Hey, let's go around and we're going to say everyone's favorite moment. And let's start with Tammy.
Okay, so the immature person in me says my favorite moment was the amount of facts that, yeah. But the mature player in me says that my favorite moment was the whole vines, like tasting the air thing. I thought that was a really nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey Ben, what was your favorite moment tonight? Make sure you're not muted, by the way.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
No, okay, cool. I'm going to be a little bit greedy, and anytime Marcus railed everybody in together to be a group.
Look, anytime Marcus rails anybody, period.
Wow. Excellent.
Yeah,
no, good role playing.
Yeah. Speaking of Marcus, aka D20.
Absolutely loved how as the Salt did that, but I really liked how Salt and Soul, see what I did there?
Too close.
Soul came up with a cure for Verlender and helped him through what obviously was a pit that no one else was going to pay the blindest bit of attention, because he's the kind of like gothy guy that's
He's
up
a little
there
princess.
who's got challenges up
Such
there. But
a little
Marcus
princess.
cared to see that Soul cared, that Soul really is actually helping someone out, which
Bros.
Marcus would make a note somewhere.
Mm.
Plus, you got to play with his ring.
Yeah.
Salt.
Thanks, David Jones.
Gonna put that T on the end of it.
Octa.
Yeah.
Been on that thing.
Okay. Oh, there was so much that happened tonight that I'm like, what was my favorite?
There truly was, and I wasn't expecting it.
Okay, I'm gonna say that I was my favorite thing.
Excellent. Yes.
Fair.
Slay.
Because every time I open my mouth, I do something that I'm not anticipating, like
I
running
love
around with
that.
handfuls of dirt. Like
It's fucking
I
good.
don't understand. Also, I think that as my character, I think that Delphine's favorite moment tonight was probably having breakfast and second breakfast with Sol. Like she feels like we really connected now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without stealing the limelight, something that I really wanted to ask more about, but just didn't feel like there was time, was why the flowers got up and moved around.
Okay, well, guess what? You don't get to know. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Next time.
Hey, Promethean, your favorite
Yo.
moment?
I also enjoyed the super subtle but immediately obvious Sol and Delphine bonding moment at breakfast. I thought it was cute. It was like buds. It was super cute. I also enjoyed the piles of dirt in the hand. That was great. But I think my favorite moment though was just that cool like moment of realization that we're on a boat with Scarlet's dad. Just that immediate feeling of
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that shit. So
Yeah, try and
thank you
sneak into
both.
her room now, buddy. My favorite moment this evening was not necessarily a moment itself, but I feel like this is like, despite all of your little like moments, it's probably the most cohesive like party session ever. Like everyone was looking out for each other in different ways. It was real cute. I really liked it. That was a ton of fun.
Fucking don't get too used to it.
Yeah, no, I won't.
Um,
Hey, we're gonna go back round and do, because I'm just conscious of time and how big everyone's week has been, aside from the Melbournians that had the fucking day off today.
Also not Melbourneian, but thanks. It's
You
like a whole
currently
state
are-
thing.
adjacent.
Victorian. Still not. Okay. Hey, we're gonna go back round. Promethean, who are you? Where can we find you? Stuff.
Hi, I'm Promethean. You can find me the places on the internet where you find Promethean with a 0 in it. You'll also see me on Meeples and Dragons. You can do that tomorrow night if you like. We'll be playing the last session on Twitch of the Radiant Shadows campaign before the PAX stage episode, which is very exciting. And then on Sunday, if you check out the Lore Rites, you can see me run my little campaign over there with some very excellent people who we won't name, but who I love and adore deeply. You'll also, just catch me doing my stuff on Twitch. I'm playing through Space Marine 2 right now.
Is there a part 2 thing coming soon?
Frustrating. A part 2 thing. Castleton part 2. Winter's Tales here on Twitch and or YouTube. The rewatch starts this
Sunday.
weekend, I believe, on Sunday. Yeah. So if you wanted to watch more Dungeons and Dragons than you've ever crammed into your face in your life, absolutely get on that, and you will, and you'll fall in love with each and every character and their beautiful stories of romance, intrigue, and betrayal. It's a fun time.
Yeah, we all rot here. Hey, Salt, who are you? Where can we find you?
I am Soul Queen, and you can find me hanging out here, having pure chaos fall out of my mouth. And then guess what? You can find me over on the Lore Rites, also having pure chaos fall out of my mouth.
It's true.
And the only difference is one's a pirate.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
You're right.
Allegedly.
You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Gotta remember. Allegedly.
Yeah. Oh, love that. Hey, D.
I will follow up with that after we get Talera's fabulous moment, because I missed it, sadly.
My favorite moment in the game
Yeah.
was Delphine's vines.
Did I
Yeah.
skip you?
No,
No.
you got,
Oh,
no,
thank
no.
God. I panicked. I
My
was like,
headphones
oh
cut out
no.
when
No, it's
when,
fine.
when
No, it
Tammy
was-
said something.
It was
I
the
was like,
flavor of Delphine's vines tasting the air in the room as if they were snakes.
no, literally cut out. I was like, oh, I'm going to take this moment to avoid answering your question. And then
Oh,
say,
right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I
look
understand.
forward to seeing you fabulous people do your stuff
Yeah.
at PAX.
D20's
and-
D20ing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Stream Elements has said, D20 is here, and sometimes he's over there too. Hey,
So
Ben,
That's all you
mysterious.
need to know.
who are you? Where can we find you?
Yeah, so Ben, I play with Fate's Grip Group on Tuesdays, and I'm also here with Hexes and Vexes. My handle is Blast Cloud if you see me in chat, and that's about it.
Love that. And last but certainly not least, Tammy.
I'm Talera79. I appear here. I hassle people in chats on various streams, and at some point later this year, I will also be running some horror on lore rites.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tammy also forgot that she is one of the most heckin' supportive chat goblins in the universe.
Stop it.
But yeah. Hey, my name's Emily. I do all the things here on Hexes and Vexes. I'm going to be on Radiant Shadows tomorrow night. I'm going to be on the Lorites on Sunday night for Sword of the Skulls. Going to be on Castleton Part 2. Definitely in the chat during the day as well, because who needs time? But hey, some other cool stuff we got going on. We got merch. That's a thing that's happening, and I'll do better at promoting it at some point. But we also have a couple of really cool things coming up soon. At the end of October for Halloween, we have Dead Channel 2002 for the first time on DVD that has a bunch of really cool people involved. Very excited for that one. It's gonna... If you thought these guys could torture me... And then in November we have Sad Vampire Boyfriend that is coming out. And then early next year we're gonna have 2 more casting calls go out for 2 little things. One in January, one in February. It's gonna be excellent. We're doing a bunch of shit. Stay tuned. Until next time, I didn't even think about queuing up a raid. Hey, quick!
Hey, you don't need to, because before you do that, can I just point out, hey Emily, congrats on hitting affiliate status over here at Hexes
Yes.
and Vexes.
Me and a little.
You absolute
Sorry, I just
fucking
choose to ignore
legend.
everything that you
Hey,
say.
if everyone wants to point out how rad Emily is real quick, that'd be amazing.
Maybe don't, because I'm just going to take some time. To
Everyone go
wait
through and-
for- Hey, quick! Someone plug something real quick.
Yeah, Emily's amazing.
No, stop
Yeah, I'm
that.
gonna plug
Enough
how
of
much
that,
I love
please.
Plug
Emily.
her up.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry.
If only, Promethean, if only there was some sort of Ko-fi that would support
Yeah.
Hexes and
Yeah,
Vexes.
yeah.
I mean, what
Yeah,
would that be?
that's great question there.
There is in
I'll
fact
ask
one,
Clara,
but
'cause
we
she's really good at these
don't,
sort of things.
need to.
Look, I feel like if there was a command that, as a moderator on this channel, maybe I should know what it was.
I
I
believe
don't.
it just promotes
Um,
itself sometimes.
But hey, you know how Ko-fi works. Go fucking look it up, I guess, if you're
Anyone,
interested in that kind
literally
of thing.
anyone else on the stream at the moment.
We're gonna do the thing that I would like to do when my computer loads, which we're gonna do now because I can do it. Wow, what a time to be alive.
The best.
Hey, we're gonna go and raid Mike Moans, who is doing some mini painting and stuff like that. It's really
that
fucking
mini.
cool.
Ain't that many.
I thought you said ain't that many, and I got really confused.
Sacks.
Sacks.
Yeah.
What? Enough with the
Like
sacks.
sacks.
Hey, have a wonderful night, everyone. See you whenever we see you, whenever that may be. Who fucking knows? I'm gonna hit the button.
Hopefully tomorrow night, Meeples and Dragons. Woo! Bye.
Cool.
So if we're not going to say sex, we should say rings, but
Sacks, rings, and fucking getting